Well, hey guys, welcome to Saturday.
Miss Mixel guy.
Welcome to the Saturday show. Today, we're just gonna go over,
Today we got
just do a little commentary for you here
Series
on,
7, I think.
I'm sure you've all
Series
seen
7
at this
Mixel.
point, the Beavistown movie
And,
came out this week. Yeah, we're very excited, right?
Yeah, and you should be excited too.
We're just gonna give you our inner thoughts, all the stuff that happened, all the stuff that went into making this movie.
A little behind the scenes too, on what went into it. And
Right, right.
Just, even before we started shooting.
So, yeah.
It's actually based off a true story and true feelings. Me as Mr. Mixel guy, I really did feel like that Mixel Monday was it wasn't what it used to be. It didn't give me that dopamine rush it used to, and I kept doing more. I tried it in different veins too, and it wasn't giving me the same kind of pleasure. So this movie is kind of a representation of that struggle, that inner struggle.
Yeah, that was a huge ordeal. So a lot of that like raw energy went into the script for this whole movie. Of course, recording started in around June of 2018, and we've just been working. We've been pouring.
It was actually June of 1995.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that was only the demo.
Something's wrong.
Oh yeah, that was the pitch. It's actually really funny how we got this movie to be produced by Universal. So we were in the offices and we were talking to one of the agents, and we didn't even know. This guy said, "Hey, my buddy Guillaume over here, he says that you got a movie pitch for me," and we were like, yeah," and we were just like, "So, Mr. Mixel guy," and he goes on an adventure, and he was like, "Sold."
The Lost Mixel.
Hey, talk about how long you had to sit in that makeup booth for every scene in this movie. I mean, it was grueling. I know I did
36 hours.
Yeah.
36 hours. I couldn't even piss or shit.
Yeah. That's really
They didn't even give me a cup. I just had to hold it in, and it became pit. I think it kind of mixed together inside my body.
Yeah.
And then I threw that up.
That shot took about a week to get right.
It was actually a week for each minute of film.
Approximately. Some of it took like maybe 8 days, like that right there. That one was really hard to.
And congrats! We're just a shout out to our special effects team who they knocked it out of the park. We have a huge team of people working behind the studios. We'll show them all right now. When they showed this in the theaters, people were going wild, at every single thing, and it was like,
yeah, don't talk about that.
Well, it was like nothing we've ever seen before. It's
right.
With some movies, it's movies nowadays, nobody even does anything. People just walk out, they say that was stupid, but this movie, people are going wild, at everything we said. It was an amazing experience, and
I just never thought something that we made. Obviously this movie came from the heart, and I never thought something that we made could touch the little rumps of all the boys and girls out there, and it invigorates us, motivates us to want to do more.
We've already heard, we've heard stories of kids already. We've already heard parents coming up saying, "My kids, they're playing this at school." They say this is my favorite character. They're playing as Mr. Mixel guy and the merchant, and it just warms my penis right up.
Oh yeah, a lot of thought went into the merchant character.
Yeah. Talk about the merchant. Everybody's been emailing and faxing about the merchant.
Well, the thing about the merchant is, you're not supposed to know, who he is or where he's from, and he just shows up, and he's kind of like that guiding hand, and he helps Mr. Mixel guy throughout. And like I said, there's a lot more depth than you might think. Originally, he was gonna have a big
Talk about he was inspired by a lot of different characters, right? It kind of it was an amalgamation up in the noggin,
Yeah, we always like to think that the merchant he's kind of an amalgamation of every Tuesday episode combined into one. If you notice, there are actually a lot of items that were strewn about the floor that were from Tuesday episodes that were recorded but never released, and I'm not sure if we're legally allowed to say anything about that.
I don't think you are. This scene, there's a clip of the scene from Movie Clips on YouTube. It has at least 25 million views already, so.
I need something that will help me find the Lost Mixel.
So I want to talk about the music in this movie. Oh, also the transition. That was beautiful. That took about a month to get down.
Yeah, we were on the cutting room floor going snip, snip, snip. We were in there personally.
We were in there on our hands and knees, just covered in shit.
I think I didn't remember what it became. It just became an amalgamation of bodily fluids. And then, like, at some point, I saw organs on the floor. I was like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah.
And it turned out somebody slaughtered a pig upstairs because there's a damn bacon factory on the second floor of our studio. I mean, like, what the fuck is going on? Pretty much before every take, I was just off screen, you know, drinking a Monster and kind of hyped myself up doing push-ups and stuff to just, you know, get into the character of Mr. Mixel Guy.
So, the character, you know, the character Ferrofluid took a lot of preparation. It was, you know, kind of similar to the Zeppelins thing. There was a lot of, like, edging that went into the preparation. Like, before every scene.
Yeah, Ferrofluid actually had, like, boatloads, like more than any other character, of just concept art. You know, we had so many different versions.
And by the way, yeah, in the next few months.
Shut up. All right, what?
In the next few months, we're gonna release a whole collector's special edition, you know, Ultra Blu-ray, this whole movie, plus all the, you know, all the bonus scenes. It's got the commentary, it's got the concept art, it's got behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a gold book too, not a dumb steel book. It's gonna be gold. Yeah, this was.
So I heard, then the test audience reactions when the merchant came back. I heard like actual gunshots from the.
It wasn't even a gunshot. I swear there was a bomb in there. Somebody smuggled a bomb in there, and they just did it anyway. They
were
doing
multiple.
That for the
I saw
movie.
People like bring fucking like swords in the theater and stuff. Like it was.
It was like a mosh pit. It was. We were there for the opening night because like we were gonna come out at the end so people can lose their shit. But it's like we didn't even have to because we came in there and Korn was already there performing.
Yeah.
So. There was already a mosh pit there, and I think they were performing with Slipknot too. So
yeah, I was gonna say Slipknot was there. I think I saw Fred Durst in there somewhere.
He was like in the audience though.
Yeah.
He was kind of like at the top of the mosh pit, so you could say it was like Triple Kahoozie in there.
Oh yeah.
This will restore your health.
So that bottle we made for the movie was actually handmade by one of our producers. They didn't tell us anything about the prop itself, and tell them about what happened when you actually drank the whole bottle.
I did, and for like at least 2 hours, I was seeing some funny ghosts like everywhere. You know, I would go up to Master FNAF and I'd say, "Hey, it's like, why are you hanging out with that darn old ghost?" And he'd be like, "What ghost?" And I was like, "You can't see him?" And he was like, "No."
Right.
And you know, and I had to take a couple Quaaludes to help me, you know, get back to Earth.
We had a lot of Quaaludes on set, by the way.
No, we only had like a box of them, so we were kind of desperate.
Well then, I guess you make a good team.
This is actually already on Wikipedia, the top 10, you know, most iconic character, you know, relationships.
Yeah.
Together.
Pretty nice armor.
Yeah, they're really nice. I made them myself,
You know, veteran fans might notice the red jacket reference here.
You know, my own match.
Oh, of course, in the classic, that's actually the same canal, I believe, a few people died on about a week prior to filming, and we were like standing right on top of what was supposed to be the spot that like 5 people were decapitated on tape or something like that.
There's a lot of death surrounding this movie, but, you know, because the movie brings life. It brings life in itself because, you know, the inspiring of children and, you know, and those who are children at heart. And this canal, actually, it was a green screen, I think, but so the footage was a canal, but we were not actually there, just due to safety reasons.
It was just our studio, but the footage, the you know, the actual clips of the empty canal were real. We did go on set for a whole day, and we took a few pictures, and you know, so the reason we got it so realistic looking, you might tell, because of we actually have been playing around with stuff like that, and it has just given us some mind-boggling effects.
Yeah, and speaking of which the Skyfugel, the monster, the Lost Beast, by the end of the movie, we actually learned we animated that ourselves for a tutorial by Corey Mr. Safety Williams in Unreal Engine 5.
Right, he taught us how, because we're average Joes, just us two. We're just some average Joes, and this guy, Corey Mr. Safety Williams, came in and he said all this stuff, you know, you can do it. He said, you can animate.
And we were like,
3D.
we're kind of scared of animation, but he's like, no, you can do this.
He said, you can do it. And you know what? We entered the metaverse, and you know what? We got in there, and we created our funny characters, and we said, hey, you know, we're all human.
Maybe. Do you want to cheat?
And here we are, you know.
Might as well. Or
And this is also, a lot of people cried at this moment when the merchant died, when it came back. So, and, I mean, like, more than usual, like, they were crying like somebody actually died, honestly.
Yeah, it was like the fucking...
Fighting is wrong.
Titanik?
We need to fight to get what
Who?
we want in this
Titanik?
world.
Yeah, people were wailing at this scene because it's such a strong message.
And I heard PETA actually wanted to use the scene about the environment, so,
Wow.
but we denied them because
Yeah,
You know what?
you know,
Maybe sitting
we actually don't
around
believe anything. I don't believe anything I
reviewing
said, by the way,
mixes
so.
that come from my home and
I don't believe
cause
anything I
harm.
see like
It's
24/7.
better for the environment.
So yeah.
Yeah, editing this movie was a surreal experience for for everybody. We were all crying at this point.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
mean-
why setting up the credits was probably the most emotional part.
Because it was just the end of a great time, and we were all done.
Yeah.
And it was just, I'm getting a little,
Yeah, I'm feeling the same.
just, thinking about it. I mean, but, people watch this, and it's like, they're going to show this to their kids are going to show this to their kids, and it's going to be one of those things you gather around the couch
Yeah.
and watch.
So please name your kids after us.
Get your kids castrated, too, because we don't want any more kids.
And of
There's
course,
there's an overpopulation problem.
Of course, I want to talk about the collage at the end as a very nice touch. Our humble beginnings and where we've come since then. And that was it. So that was the Beavistown movie. Again, thank you all for your support. I'm gonna get up and make a fucking pretzel sandwich or something, man.
Yeah.
What was that?
Did somebody forget it's still Silly Saturday?
You fucking pranked me! You pranked the shit out of me!
Once upon a time when I heard a